so this board is important because, you know, it has like all the luminaries that are in your sky, you know, because we're creating a cellular energy device, you're creating an Earth. So your Earth should have all the lights in the sky that we have, if you are to do it properly, I'd say. So, like, it based it off this ruler, okay? Literally just went in backwards order. Not hard. But, yeah, all about the days of creation and stuff from Genesis 1 where the truth is hidden in plain sight now. So I decided, like, you know, what's pi? Well, pi. Well, it's just the 16th letter and the 9th letter. Shocking. So, all of this has been fun of late, but I wanted to revisit it, and in this list, I don't map out all of the cells that are used more than once. So, like, when it goes from here and goes down and over and up and then over and over, those two get used twice. So I decided to, like, count that shit and color code it and make it all awesome and stuff. So, again, oh Captain, my Captain. It looks like a boat floating on the water. I don't know if you see that. But in Never Neverland. So, oh Captain, my Captain is an expression for a reason. And when I look at this right away, so when I look at, okay, it goes from Charon to Pluto to Triton and Nereid. It's pretty simple. It's just doing a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now your CPTN will be your Charon, Pluto, Triton, Nereid, your captain. But I find it interesting that the next one, so once you go Charon, Pluto, Triton, Nereid, you're going to go back to Charon, Pluto, then do Neptune. Because you're going to go back to Charon, back to Pluto, and then Neptune. There. That would be 7, I guess. And 1 over would be 8, and 8 would be, because it's Umbriel and Miranda, you're passing it, so you're going to count it. So it's going to be called Umbriel. So, step 8 kind of looks like that. It uses these things, okay? And Umbriel is the 21st letter. U is the 21st, and T is the 20th. So it's like a, instead of CPTN, it's CPT plus 1N. But they're switched. There's a change. No change, change. Slight change. This is how the evolution of cellular mathematics kind of goes in my mind. Oh yeah, and when I looked at the first, like, because in my old list, this would be 10. Okay? Miranda would be the 10th thing. I don't want to get about Umbriel right now. But, it's actually the 13th thing, because Pluto is counted 2 more times than Neptune. Or 3 times, actually. So that's why it's 13. So, when I looked at this list, I said, okay, there's 2 C's. Like, there's 2 Charons. 2. You get 3 Plutos. You get 1 Neptune. These are your planets, and this is your starting point of source. And then you have a group of 2, group of 2, group of 3. So I was like 2, 2, 3 is 3, 2, 2 backwards. It's ego. Interesting. It's just a 7. So I look at this, and it looks like I have a 1 of 1 of 7 of 13, if I were to ever see one. So that gives me kind of hope that I'm in the right direction. Doesn't really show you anything significant other than I like to see that all the time. So if step 8 brings you to here, okay, so again, it's CPTN, CPN, T plus 1. That's what that is. So you're making a new 2x2, okay? There's your original 2x2. That's day 1, okay? Day 1. I don't know if it ends here or if it ends here. It probably ends at 6. So I'm going to assume that, just for now, that would be day 1. Alright. So, which means that the rest of this crap up to here would be day 2. That's what I thought. But anyway, make a new 2x2. Layer or dimension. You're making another dimension, whether it's in front or behind. You're making a 2x2 and making a 2x2. They're connected. It's like basically having a circle with the center and a circle with the center, but the axles are connected, but then you have a radius on both circles. It's like 2 V's connecting. Okay? So, yeah, that's different. So it goes from here to step 9. Now step 9 would be this. Okay, you come down here, come to here, that's step 8. Step 9 would be create another box. So step 9 creates a second 2x2 layer dimension. So you went from this model to this model now. And I was looking at it, if this is a V coming out, and if this is a circle, but these are spheres, that radius to the middle and then out would be a V. This one would be a V, and that one would just be an I. So V, V, I. I don't know, I, V, V. Let's go lowest to highest. I, 5, 5. I, or 110, 110. We got 1 of 7 of 13 for, you know, that looking at. And I got 110, so I'm like, that's kind of neat. So after you get here, you're going to come back to the middle. So what you're actually doing is you're joining 3 2x2s, like a capstone of the pyramid. Okay, it joins 3 2x2 dimensions with a triangle. It's a 3x2 triangle, I should set that there. Anyways, steps 2, 6, and 10 include Pluto. It's creating the divine masculine, or your chevron penis. Cool. Step 11 would be you go one further. So if you're going one further away, okay, think about it. Right here, you have 2 green boxes, you have 1 blue box, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 dots, and it's really 3 lines, so 21, 43. So I'm like, cool. You move over here, step 11, whatever, Oberon, whatever. You're just following a path. You go through Pluto again, you go to Oberon, then you're going to go Ariel. So step 11, step 12. Step 12 over here, I don't know how good this is. So step 12, the only thing you're different is that you're going to go down one. So you're going to go down one here, okay? Like step 8 for the last 3 moves. So you went across, across, down. It's kind of like going down, across, across. That was step 8. Like, oh, sorry, so this is step 8. 1, 2, 3. Ends there at step 8. Step 8. Down, down, across. But you're rotating it now. You're going up, up, down. Okay? You're trying to join 2 3x2 grids here. So this blue rectangle and this new green rectangle. Just like we did before here. We had a blue and a green, blue and 2 green, a blue and 2 green, but as one. So 3-to-1 code, let's say. Now we're going to branch off and go like, I don't know, 5-to-1 code or something. So when you're coming down here, yeah, you're trying to join 2 3x2 triangles instead of a 2x2 grid. That's what it would seem. Okay, there's your original source and there's your similarity. And yeah, so I said like step 8 for the last 3 moves. So that's what I was saying. Down, over, down. Cool. So step 13. Step 13. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding that line. That line right there would be step 13. Okay. Now, if you look at it, and not look at the black shit, but look at just the red shit. Look, you have a boom boom to the center. You have a boom boom. You have a boom boom. That already looks like a swastika. This one's not going up, it's going backwards. So it's like pulling. And it kind of shows like a rotation if it's going that direction, you know, like kind of looks like a swastika rotating. Implies turning or motion. It also implies, because you're going from this tip to the end of this tip and the end of this tip, that all these tips are connected. So what we're really doing is that you have a connected shape in an L, or that L is an above connector from a line. It's like, you know, a line dot line. It's what makes you do a V. So just by going down like that, okay, and that would be the Miranda. That would be the 13th step going down to here. So let's do it again, but I'll just explain it a little harder. Okay. So what I think is also happening, so when you're making this guy, look, when you're making the first 2x2, it's really only like the bottom half being done with black space and the top is white space. Okay? And then when you do the 3x3, yeah, right here, it's kind of like you have black space and white space. And then you evolve that here. When you get that triangle and you're starting to finish off the next triangle, it's like you have this is already from before, and you finally finished all the edges in step 12. So when you make your way to step 13 and you close the loop, and you go back to this dot, this is a dot that you skip in step here, step 8. So step 8 and step 13 are connected with that dot at different parts of the thing. Step 8 and step 13, look at that. Step 8 is Umbriel, and step 13 is Miranda. And that's the only cell in the reckoner in that quadrant with a 2 that's not a 1, so that's Umbriel Miranda. And it's interesting that it's step 8 and step 13 both touch the same dot. So if we think about this 3x3 now as the black space, once you get to step 13, you got to think, where's the white space? The white space, I think, is under it, because all these things derive downwards. So if you were to actually think of the 3x3 and then a white 3x3. I think it's even explainable how to get why this is so important and why that is so important. So on day 2, what I think happens after step 8. Step 8, you go to step 9. When you go to step 9, you just go 1 over, okay? But I think what's happening, because that's a 2, you're not doing 1. I think that when you're going out from here, I think you're doing a V here and a V here. So step 10 would be going up, but I think step 10 would also be going down. So I kind of show that here. Yeah. So when you're here at this dot and you go over for step 9, you're going to go up here for step 10. But I think step 10 is also going to be going 1 down. Now step 11 would be this one. Step 11 would be this one. Step 12 would be this one. Step 12 would be this one. Step 13 would be this one. Step 13 would be this one. And this is where things change. Okay? I think the next hops, okay, because basically when you get down to the bottom of the middle, the only way out is go up and out. So you got to make a V. You got to make a V. So I put 14 because you're going to eventually go from here back to Pluto, back to Neptune, and then to Uranus. But I don't want to get this day 3 yet. So what's going on, I think, is right here. It's just like as the beginning. Okay, all you're doing in this step is going up and down like a V. It's basically doing like a V here. You're showing the white space of the V, but you're rotating it 90 degrees that way. So it's basically showing you the day 1. So to get out of day 2, you have to understand day 1. Possibly. Basically understand that your final result is a very complicated way from getting from 1 to 4. That's step 14. It's Pluto, Neptune. So if you go from here after step 13 and you do a 14, it actually brings you to the 5 of Nibiru and the C of Charon. Okay? And Charon is the 18th thing. Anyway. And yeah, in that depiction. Without doing the overlaps. So yeah, I'm spitballing here, and because I'm spitballing, I'm going to, do this on Excel or something, because I turned around, and look at that. Sweet. So I can install that, hopefully. But I hope that all makes sense, kind of. You kind of have your captain my captain steps to get out of here. And when you go over here, make another box. Kind of gives me the faith of that working. Number 10. Great Divine Male. Number 11, you're kind of searching off for a new place to expand from because you've reached the end of your string. So you're looking to expand. And when you're coming down, you learn the same lesson here that you did here about coming down and over. You're coming up and down. And you're joining just bigger dimensions instead of little dimensions. And when you finally close the gap and go back to 13, 13 is the same as 8, step 13, and that's your Umbriel and Miranda. And to get out of here, you gotta go up and over, like all the quadrants of the fucking thing that are all here. And at the end of the day, what I think happens is that you're gonna have this sawtooth pattern. Like, you're going to have this 3x3 grid, but you're also going to have a 3x3 grid below it, like up to here. This is like the white space, this is the black space. Never thought of that while decoding this, but I mean like deriving. So once you go to here, you're going to go here, you're going to go here, then you're going to go here, and then you're going to do the same thing, but instead of skipping 1, you're going to skip 2, you're going to skip 2, you're going to go down 1, you're going to go skip 1, you're going to go skip 1, you're going to go skip 0, you're going to skip 0 and a V, and you're going to go down to here and over. That's day 3. So what I think happens is that there are 10 things created. Those are already been created. There's really 13, 14, 15, but really those are together as one in this like weird V pattern.